Hello, this is Ken Wigman from 30cc. We're here at Lifest, and we're with the band August Burns Red. I'd like you guys to introduce yourselves and let me know what you do.
I'm Brent, and I play guitar.
I'm Matt, and I play drums.
I'm Jake, and I'm the vocalist.
I'm JB, and I play guitar.
And I'm Dustin, and I play bass.
Great. As I mentioned, the band is August Burns Red. Would somebody like to expound on that, what the name means, where it comes from?
August Burns Red was created in 2003, and at that point we were all in high school. You know, we were just a young, whatever, bunch of guys trying to play together. And Jake wasn't singing with us at the time. We had a good buddy of ours, John Hershey, was singing. He was dating a girl, this was before we even had a name, he was dating a girl named August, who, you know, they were seniors in high school. It wasn't like a real big deal to him, I guess, but bigger deal to her, and he ended up breaking up with her. She got really upset and like freaked out, not like heartsick, like vengeful and angry, and she drove up the long lane that his family lives in. We're out in the boonies in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Like, there's a lot of farmland stuff, and people live far apart. So he's up in the fields and everything, and he has this dog named Red, an Irish setter. And she drives up, locks Red in the doghouse, and kills his dog, like burns the doghouse down. Like, it was this horrible act of, I guess, animal violence, even though we have nothing to do with animal violence. We're not. That's not a stance we take. But ironically enough, the girlfriend's name was August, and she burned his dog Red, and that's where we came up with our band name.
Not at all what I expected. I don't know. Not at all that. Just wondering where we're going to go with this, with the new CD Constellations. Anybody want to talk about that?
So our record Constellations is our newest one, and it's based on this idea I had in my head. I was just laying in bed one night, and I thought of this figure that was pulling on this rope that's attached to a star, like a steadfast entity in the sky, which resembles God. And the figure represents our generation that's seeking God and seeking what he wants for their lives. And then as you flip through the booklet, you see other people flying kites, and some kites are on the ground, some kites are flying north and west, east and south. And the kites are there to represent our talents and our abilities and our passions. And pretty typically speaking, those are phases of life. You know, sometimes they'll last for a little while, sometimes not long at all. And but I believe if we see God in our lives, then we can still tap into those passions and those talents, but we're not going to be left without direction when they're null and void. And so that's kind of the premise of Constellations, seeking God. Well, it's more so a generation that's seeking God in their everyday walk and finding their passion in that. So not quite as gory or as extreme.
That's very artistic. I like the I've seen the cover. I really like that cover. And one of the videos that's out right now is called Whitewash. What can you tell me about maybe the song, the video, what's happening with that, or where that's coming from?
The video, well, the song, I wrote the words to that song. The song is just about, we were supposed to play this festival, and it ended up falling through for one reason or another, and the person who was doing the festival ended up coming out to a concert, and instead of handling it like a gentleman to us, he took it out on us in a very harsh manner in front of me, in front of a bunch of his youth group kids, and I thought it was extremely inappropriate. So that's what the song's about. Well, it's just to me, I write at the point, like, I write when an idea hits me, and I write everything down. That way you capture all the emotion, like, in the idea. And so as soon as that happened, I just went into our van, I just sat down, and I was just like, I cannot believe this just happened, and I just wrote all about it. It was very frustrating for me that this guy who took such an inappropriate stance and such a harsh stance is like maybe someone that these kids really look up to, and that really bothered me. So that's what that song was about. And then we had a man named Brian Shaw. He directed the video for us. He actually did my wedding video as well. And so we found him through that because it looked awesome, and he really said he wanted to get into music videos. So we said sure, we'll give you a shot, and went from there. And now the video is officially released, and should probably be on demand sometime soon. So if you have any kind of on-demand feature, you'll probably be able to see it through that.
Great. Just one extra question. We've gotten pretty deep in some of these things. Do you feel like because of the genre, you're not treated seriously, or has it ever been an issue other than this guy at the venue there? Or anything you want to say about it or add to that? Or
Yeah, I can shed a little light on that. I think sometimes, I think people do kind of write us off because of the vocals. And I think there's a lot more to it than just the music and the vocals. We have lyrics. Jake's not just screaming random sounds. We take great pride in our lyrics and what we write, and they are inspirational and they have meaning. So I think if you're going to look at it like on the surface and you're going to write us off, maybe I'd ask you just to maybe look a little further into it before you think we're just a band that's screaming and full of hate, because we're not.
Sounds like devil music.
Yeah.
We get that a lot.
great. And now you've been out on the road. You're doing a tour in the fall. You played clubs both. You're at a festival here. But what's happening in the fall or with the next big leg of the tour?
Yeah, I know that we're going to be going to do a headliner in Europe with our friends Bless the Fall, which we're really excited for. We've toured with those guys before, and they're really nice dudes. And then we're going to be coming back and doing a co-headlining tour in the States with a band called Big Mini Horizon, and it's the AP tour. So we're really excited to do that as